In this video I'd like you to join me on a full A to Z tour of the Mondraker Zendit. I aim to cover as much as possible within this video to give you the choice as to whether this bike is right for you. Massive thanks to VELOCIPEDE Cycles in Tunbridge Wells for all the support that they give me and my bikes and prepare me ready for the next adventure. You can find all the details that you need in this QR code, so scan it now and check out the website. Just wanted to point out VELOCIPEDE Cycles. These chaps in Tunbridge Wells support me and my delicious Mondraker Zendit and my Atherton. They look after me in an amazing way, so get yourself down to VELOCIPEDE Cycles. I'll put a link in the description below, and there may well be a nice little link somewhere up here or up there. I can't remember which one it is, probably up there or up there, I don't know. Go check them out. Cheers. So let's start with A, right at the beginning. At the heart of the bike there is a beast of a motor. It produces 130 Newton meters of torque, which is continuous, and it can go up to 150 Newton meters in boost, with a huge 1300 watts of peak output, way more than you'll ever need, but it is a lot of fun playing with. This is all powered by a very powerful 800 watt battery, which is super slim and creates the image of a bike that just is not an e-bike. At the base there is a small charging port which is fully sealed, and it's actually on a raised platform within the frame which stops any ingress of water or debris into the port itself. Stealth Air full carbon chassis is all about maximum quality, maximum strength and minimum weight. Carbon fibre layers are placed with specific positioning and direction. The result is a frame with the best strength, structural rigidity, trail buzz absorption and lightness ratio, with exceptional reliability and an attractive and unique 100% Mondraker look. The Avinox DP100 is a 2-inch HD colour OLED touchscreen control display, which is incredibly sensitive and easy to use even in bad weather. It's fully controllable by the Bluetooth controls which are on the handlebars. Alternatively, you do have the choice of the touchscreen controllability, which, as I've said before, is super easy to use and very sensitive. Each of the modes are fully customizable, either via the screen or within the app. You can actually change every single one of the settings and even move things around to suit your taste. Another great feature is if you press and hold on the battery percentage, it'll allow you to change it to the distance you have remaining in that particular mode. We've then got navigation mode, which allows you to upload all your GPX files to follow. Then of course we have the app, in which all of the control modes are fully adjustable, starting with auto through eco, trail, turbo and boost. It also allows you to upload your GPX files to follow, and all of the rides that you do are stored automatically. And if you are connected to Strava, then it will automatically upload to the Strava app as well. The T-Type transmission drivetrain is by Sram. It's the S100 Eagle, which is 12 speed, and it's wired in directly to the battery. And it's all controlled via the Bluetooth handlebar mounted controller, which is fully adjustable. Now, as this is connected all through the Avinox system, it has a very, very cool little feature called Smooth Shift. Now, this allows you to change gear without having to pedal, which is incredibly useful as you're freewheeling down a hill ready to climb the next hill. It also takes the pressure off each gear, so it backs off the power just before the derailleur actually starts moving to change the gear. And as a result, this will lengthen the lifetime and lifespan of your transmission. The Zendit RR comes stock with Fox factory suspension and the fork is the 170mm travel Fox 38. And fitted at the rear of the bike is the Fox Factory Floatex, which has 165mm of travel, and just like the fork stanchions, this also has a KASHIMA coating which gives it a super slippy, stiction-free movement. All measurements are based on my bike, which is a medium large. The head angle 63.5 degrees. The reach is 480mm. The seat tube length is 435mm with an angle of 73.5 degrees. The bottom bracket height is 345mm, which is fully adjustable with the dual flip chips in the rear of the frame. The wheelbase is at 1286mm. The stack height is 631mm. The chainstay length at 450mm, all adding up to allow this bike to behave like a chimera. This thing is a super enduro cross with a downhill bike all in one package. The wheel set is the DT Swiss Hybrid H19 splined wheel set, built specifically for e-bike abuse. They're an aluminium rim, and they also have straight pull spokes directly to the Hybrid 370 hubs. Super strong and will take a huge amount of abuse. Internal cable routing may not be for all. However, I love the fact that it is internal because it maintains the beauty of this incredible bike. The cables are neatly stored into a front-facing port, which then neatly goes inside the actual frame itself. At the back, you can barely see the cables. Well, not exactly joystick, but it's all I could think of for the letter J. The control units either side of the actual handlebars allow you to make all the different changes within the Avinox system. On the left hand side you can actually make the changes to each of the modes, and the right hand controller will allow you to change the different screens on the actual display to show different parameters that you're looking at. You can even control a DJI camera. Found on both the Fox 38 factory fork and the Floatex factory shock. The Fox KASHIMA coat is an anodized layer of molybdenum disulfide embedded into the surface of the alloy. This provides enhanced lubrication and a harder wearing surface, increasing shock smoothness and sensitivity. So because of this, your forks and the shock will get a much longer lifespan because of the harder wearing surface. The Zendit RR comes stock with the ONOFF Desert Pro lock-on grips. However, I've changed mine to the Deity lock-on grips, purely because they gave just a little bit more thickness and comfort for my riding. The RR model comes stock with the Maven base brakes, which are a 4-piston brake with 200mm rotors front and rear. Coupled with the tyre choice on this bike, we've got some serious, dependable stopping power when you really need it. Okay, so N was a difficult one, but I came up with NYLON for the rear integrated fitted mudguard, which does an incredible job of protecting the rear suspension linkage and shock unit. The only other thing I could come up with, which is quite relevant, is the bash guard that is underneath the entirety of the bottom bracket unit and the motor, which provides incredible protection for a very important part of the bike. The stem is a forged aluminium 30mm, and the carbon bars are the S9 Ultra Premium bars, which have an 8-degree back sweep and a 5-degree up sweep, and 800mm in length. The dropper post is the ONOFF PIJA, which in Spanish has a phallic meaning. When fully erected, it goes to 118mm of travel on the medium large. The Fox Float X Factory Shock has an open and firm lever control for rapid on-the-fly setup changes for climbing and descending. The 370 eMTB hub features a 12x148 axle. It also has the reliable 18-tooth ratchet LN mechanism. This can be swapped out for the finer 36 or 54-tooth star ratchets for faster engagement, all of which is designed for high electric motor torque and heavy-duty mountain biking. The 10 to 52 tooth T-type cassette, coupled with the Sram GX Eagle T-type flat top chain, will deliver a powerful climbing range for pretty much any condition you can think of. When it comes to the all-important rubber, on the rear there's a MAXXIS Minion DHR2 on 27.5 inch by 2.5. That's got a triple compound and double down protection. Out front there's the MAXXIS Assegai, which is the 29 inch by 2.5. It's triple compound, max grip and Exo Plus protection. So all in all, there's some great rubber on this beast. U is for UDH, which stands for Universal Derailleur Hanger. The T-type derailleur hanger has a specific clamp, which is clamped and bolted around the rear dropout and is designed to give increased stability, strength and more accurate gear changes. The Zendit is capable of running a variable wheel setup, i.e. you can have the 27.5 and 29 up front in a mullet setup, or you can have the 29 at the front and the 29 at the back as a full 29er by simply adjusting the flip chips down on the rear triangle. As you can see, the cockpit is very clean and tidy and clutter free. It's got an adjustable pod controller for the rear derailleur, and it just provides less cables, which is less clutter, so you can focus and concentrate on a rattle-free, silent biking experience. I may have cheated a little with the X. Let's give it a little bit of turbo. Now obviously this bike cuts out at 15.5 miles an hour, but getting there is hyper fast. Very nice. Tell you what, going back down to eco feels like I've just put an anchor out the back. Y was particularly difficult, but I think this is appropriate. It really doesn't matter what you throw the Mondraker Zendit down. It's downhill inspired forward geometry with a 63.5 degree head angle and long reach numbers really gives it an unbelievably planted, safe and confidence inspiring feeling that genuinely comes alive at speed. And this leads me very nicely into one of the most important parts of the bike, Mondraker's Zero suspension system. The Zero suspension system is Mondraker's patented dual-link floating shock technology designed to deliver zero power loss, zero pedal kickback, zero brake jack, and zero unabsorbed bumps. The zero power loss very simply means energy put into the pedals goes straight into forward motion without unwanted shock bob or compression, which is fantastic for when you're doing technical climbs. The zero pedal kickback very simply means chain growth is kept to an absolute minimum, meaning your legs won't feel the feedback through the cranks when hitting rough impacts. With the zero brake jack, rear braking forces are isolated from the suspension, allowing the rear wheel to track bumps smoothly even while hard on the anchors. And all of this helps towards supple small bump sensitivity. It's extremely active on tiny roots, rocks, and yet offers controlled progression for big hits. The way it all works is very simply based around a floating shock layout. The rear shock is sandwiched between two linkage assemblies and is compressed simultaneously from both the top and the bottom as the suspension moves through its travel. Simply put, this bike and the Zero suspension system gives the most incredibly stable and buttery smooth platform you'll find anywhere. So who is the Mondraker Zendit aimed at? Well, gravity and enduro riders who prioritise a rowdy, steep and technical kind of ride with plenty of descents, kind of over casual flow trails really. Obviously because it's the Avinox M2S system, that's going to attract the self-shuttlers. Now I'm one of those. I love being able to get to the top of a mountain nice and quick, to be able to get down and have that prize at the end of the climb. This bike gives you exactly that. It's such a dynamic ride both when you're climbing and when you're descending. This is one incredibly capable downhill shredding machine, whilst at the same time being incredibly agile and powerful and very controllable on those climbs. So we've gone from Avinox to Zero suspension. That's the complete A to Z of the new Mondraker Zendit RR. Let me know in the comments which component excites you the most. Or is this quite simply the bike that's going to fulfill all your needs? Remember to like and subscribe for more content like this, and also to check out some of the new eMTB and MTB adventures that I'm going to be doing. You may even like some of the ones that I've already completed in this playlist right here. Thanks so much for watching. See you again soon.